Nothing beats having tea in outer space. How beautiful the Earth is. It reflects the nobility of my mission. Jennifer, how much longer before we go into hyperdrive?
Let me see, Gordon. About, 5 minutes?
I see. Only 5 minutes until we say goodbye to the Earth.
Are you scared, Gordon?
Hey, you're joking, right? Captain Gordon, Defender of Earth, is afraid of nothing. You, of all people, should know that. You've been along on all my adventures.
Right.
Beep, beep, click, beep.
Oh, sorry about that. Of course I didn't forget you, Thursday.
Gordon keeps staring at Jennifer's thighs. Pervert, pervert, pervert.
Hey, why you?
Tea time's over, Gordon. Ooh, we have an incoming transmission. Looks like it's from the Earth Defense Force headquarters. I'm turning on the holographic projector.
Hi, you look good, General Carter. So, what can I do for you, Commander-in-Chief?
You're moments away from entering hyperdrive. This will be your last contact with Earth. Do you have any messages, Gordon?
Let me think. Tell everyone on Earth to have a grand parade ready for my return. Oh yeah, don't forget the Hot Babes and Pizza Shack's teriyaki pizza.
We'll see what we can do. I'm sure you don't need me to repeat this, but the Earth's fate is in your hands. We're counting on you.
It's nothing I can't handle.
How true. I pray for your success, Gordon.
Gordon, we're about to go into hyperdrive.
Okay, Jennifer.
Hyperdrive engine number 3 ready. All systems go. Now entering hyperdrive.
Engage!
Engage!
Episode 9, Captain Gordon, Defender of Earth.
Dude, Prince, there's some kind of anomaly in the stellar graveyard.
Invaders from another world?
I have no idea, dude.
Invaders? Are they angels who are here to take me back?
I doubt it. That place attracts a lot of weird things besides stars. Flying saucers, probes, brain suckers, midgets with glowing fingertips.
Oh my! That means there may be people who are hurt. Let's go, Laharo!
Forget it. It's probably just a piece of trash.
Laharo!
Geez, shouldn't an overlord be doing something more important than this?
And welcome back to Let's Play Disgaea, Hour of Darkness. So, it looks like something's up in the stellar graveyard area, so let's go check it out. I didn't plan on eating anything I found there, but Laharo seems to have become a lot more agreeable since the last episode. Demons are aliens. Oh, poor NPCs. Just scripted to always be there, never allowed to move. Yeah, he's right. If you've been trying to balance your weapon use evenly throughout this game, you'd be having a lot of trouble at this point. But, like always, a new chapter, so new diary entry. So it looks like Etna has a bit of a newfound respect for Laharl's mother, who initially she didn't really like. So, I wonder what that opening scene was about. I guess that episode preview from last time wasn't just blowing smoke. Captain Gordon, Defender of Earth. Sorry, this is a real thing. When I was like 10, I would have probably taken pride in stuff like that. It is nice to have a dimensional gate that just warps us everywhere, though. I wish I had something like that. Anyways, let's check it out in Stellar Graveyard, Valgipus 4.
Gordon? Gordon, where are you? Oh, this isn't good. Where could he be?
Spaceship crashed. Gordon failed to escape. Probably smashed into atoms. Rest in peace.
Don't worry, Thursday. He's Captain Gordon, Defender of Earth.
Understood, Jennifer. Activating life scanner.
Thank you, Thursday.
Always listen to a hot babe. That's the law. Beep, blip, beep.
So this is the stellar graveyard. How beautiful! But it looks like the stars are crying.
Lon, you're so romantic. I just want to choke you to death.
Anna, you are choking me. I can't breathe.
Hey, enough of that!
Yeah. Saved by the bell, Flan.
I hope she was just joking. I almost became one with the stars.
You see, Flan is just a poet at heart. Anyways, here's a slightly interesting map. We've got this Dark Knight surrounded by all these Nekamadas. So this is the perfect place for Laharl's Winged Slayer. And as a matter of fact, if you're using a sword character, this is actually a very good grinding map for sword users at this point in the game, because you can just line all these Nekamadas and Dark Knights up and then hit them with the Winged Slayer. Yeah, Winged Slayer is far and away one of the best sword skills, and it was considered a bit too obscene because no future game has ever had a sword skill like that. Anyways, now that these guys are weak, as you can see, the enemies are getting pretty strong. Luckily, they're still not equipped, so they're not deadly, but still a little worrisome. Kind of outlevel me a bit. But I'll see how far I can go without having to stop to level up my team at all. So as you can see, their speed stats are starting to get really high, so even Spike, who's got decent hit, he's having a bit of trouble actually getting his hits to connect. Let's see. His front two are weak to wind, and one of them's neutral, so with a wind spell. Ideally, that Winged Slayer would have done a lot more, so the rest of my team could just pick these guys off, but not that strong, unfortunately. Oops, meant to do that one. But yeah, this is where the game starts to get kind of difficult, because up until now I could easily balance 8 characters and still be at a pretty even pace with the strength of the enemy. Now the level curve starts to kick in and enemies are going to get really powerful. So it is something that I'm going to have to be worried about for future maps. This one's okay, they kind of softball it by just having all these guys lined up for you. So it's not a huge deal, but it is going to become noticeable later that enemies are going to be taking huge jumps in levels just between the chapters, and then eventually just the individual maps. Enemies are going to be taking huge level jumps. Let's see if I can get Guts to take that guy out. Then I could have Etna do an asteroid drop, get the rest of them. But doesn't look like I've got a good spot where I can hit him. Oh well, I'll have to find some other way of dealing with these guys. I can probably hit this guy with Avalanche to take him out.
Honk!
I just want to make sure I have as many of these guys down for the count before I choose to end the turn, because they're quite strong and they will annihilate my weaker characters. By the way, you're probably almost never going to see me use Proximal Shot, especially now that I have Bullet Storm, which is even stronger and doesn't have the same drawback of needing to be really close. Now, get used to seeing this attack, Mystic Blast. Yeah, ouch. That is a really nasty attack, and Nekomatas love using it. They'll use it basically anytime they can hit a line of people with it, they're going to use it. I really need to get Spike some experience, so I'll have Helena nail this one with a poison arrow, and then hopefully Spike can just take it out with a standard attack. Fu will probably help because of his high team attack rate. But yeah, also, just aside from sword users, this is also a pretty good grinding area for magic users once they've got their 3x3 attacks. This one's weak to ice. Yeah, guns are really good for their single target damage. And with that Arms Master all built up the way it is now, things are looking pretty good for Guts, as he's almost at a weapon level 15, which is the next level where you get your next weapon skill. Okay, so Mega Ice, and who do I want to get this kill? Assuming Flan just doesn't get it. I'd like Spike to be able to get it, but he's not in position. So I guess I'll give it to Edna. Oh, never mind. Flan is awesome. Alright, so a good amount of money and a magic cuff. Another kind of difficult thing about the game is that the rate at which you get money and the way the product rank scales, it doesn't really correlate in a decent way to the episodes. So like the stuff I can buy in the store right now doesn't really help me that much in terms of strength with these episodes. I'd probably need to upgrade it once or twice more before I'd be doing like a huge leap in damage. Anyways, let's start the next map.
Sense any signs of life, Thursday?
Unfortunately, no trace of Gordon's biological signature.
I see. We have to find him. I heard at headquarters that the netherworld is full of nasty, vicious creatures. If we're discovered, I'll be molested by countless slimy tentacles, and my bodily fluids will be sucked dry. Or we could be swallowed whole and suffer a slow and painful death as we're digested alive. Or even worse...
Jennifer, please keep your imagination under control. Life signs detected. Readings do not correspond with Captain Gordon's biological signature. Life forms are approaching. Oh, run, run, run!
Shh. Thursday, be quiet.
That's odd. I thought I heard a voice of a woman.
What? Human children in the netherworld?
A human? And on top of that, she's...
I got it. You were kidnapped by the Overlord, weren't you? Oh, the humanity! I heard that demons are merciless, even towards children. Oh, you poor things. They didn't bite your arms off, did they? They didn't suck your brains out, did they? They didn't anal probe you, did they?
What the hell does she think demons are?
But don't you worry. Big Sis'll make it all better.
No! Get away from me!
What?
Keep your sexy body away from me!
understand. You're going through puberty, aren't you? Oh, don't be embarrassed, cute little boy. Everyone goes through that period. Okay, I'll teach you everything there is to know. You see, as young girls mature, their breasts grow bigger, and boys...
Great! Now she's teaching sex ed. Who the hell is this lady?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we're not human children.
Huh? What do you mean?
I am Flan, an angel in training. This is Etna, a demon. And the one you call cute little boy is the Overlord, Laharo.
This is outrageous! I can't believe such a cute little boy could be the Overlord. Well, this is completely different from the information provided by headquarters. What's going on, Thursday?
Beep, beep, bleep, beep. Now calculating. Now calculating. Now calculating. Now calculating. Calculation complete.
What's the answer?
Headquarters is a bunch of liars.
Oh no! Does that mean that the Overlord planning to invade Earth is a lie too? We came here to slay the Overlord, for heaven's sake. There must be some misunderstanding.
Wait, did I hear you say you came here to slay the Overlord?
No, not me. That's the responsibility of our hero, Captain Gordon, the Defender of Earth. I'm his assistant, Jennifer, and this is Thursday, the multi-purpose super robot.
Beep, beep, blip, beep. Nice to meet you.
Hero, you say?
Yes, Captain Gordon is the Earth's hero. His noble mission is to vanquish any evil that threatens the Earth. But we were separated from him when our spaceship crashed.
Very interesting. I must definitely meet this Captain Gordon.
Why is that?
It is an Overlord's duty to challenge heroes.
Wow, cool.
Woman, follow me. I shall find your hero.
Really?
But I don't want that sexy body of yours within a 3-foot radius of me.
Oh, as you wish. Okay, let's go look for Gordon.
It's a little hard for me not to giggle at some parts of that cutscene every once in a while. That's a pretty silly one. Alright, so this is actually a somewhat interesting map, is that we can actually block off the demons who are on the outside. I'll just have one of my not really seriously used characters do it. So Jennifer and Thursday are tagging along with us, but they are not in our party at the moment. Not officially. So even though I've blocked out all those other demons, we've still got these ones to take care of, so gotta approach with some degree of caution. So let's get to work. These guys are all lined up in a way that I can't hit multiple of them particularly easy. Can do this. So you may have noticed is that the story sequences are getting a bit longer. That's going to be a bit of a trend up until the end of the game. Now the story sequences are going to be decently long. Not too bad, but noticeably more content in them. And they're going to get pretty long by the time of the final episode, but you probably come to expect that. After all, it's an RPG, and the final act of an RPG has always got to be the longest. I remember when I first played this game at this point is where I really started using the Dark Cannon special because it could lay waste to enemies and take a fair amount of the stress out of fighting everything for me. I'm definitely going to need to get Spike some experience, so I'll have Lahar, or actually wait, before I have them do Hurricane Slash, I'll have them all get into position. Spike. And have Lucille give them a Braveheart boost. And just so you don't get blindsided, be prepared to see a lot of Mystic Blast. Even the ones on the other side of the no entry panel, if they can hit you with Mystic Blast, they will go for it. Luckily, as far as I'm aware, though, these guys are still playing by the rules that if they can't perform an action in their movement range, they will not move at all. Which is why the no entry panel is helpful here. And if you so choose, you can actually destroy that no entry panel after you're done with these guys, and it'll create an explosion that'll damage them a bit. Let's see if Avalanche will take this one out. If I can actually use it, doesn't look like I can. But I have my ways of doing this. You know, getting some more screen time. And there we go.
Die.
Just a thing to mention, if you're holding an ally at the end of a turn, in this game there is lifting damage for allies holding allies. In future games this was taken out so you wouldn't be penalized for doing tower actions, which is something that got introduced in future titles. But in this game, if you are holding an ally at the end of the turn, you will be damaged for it. Poor Spike. Just not catching a break. We'll hit that one with Mega Fire, and then whoever's needs the experience the most can get that kill. May as well have Mina go back to bench warming. Mega Fire and Rapid Fire should do some good work here. I haven't really been making a good use of something that you can do is, if you want, you can actually have a bunch of your characters mentor up clerics, and that way they can get access to healing spells, and you can have everyone capable of some healing, so when they're not able to do anything, they can at least add some healing to help out your allies.
Punk.
Yeah, Impaler's a pretty weak skill. Use Mega Fire. Okay, so got those taken care of. Can I hit? Probably not, but I have bad... Nope, yeah, I can hit them all with the Winged Slayer. It's a good thing I checked. The bad news is that's probably gonna line Laharl up for a couple of Mystic Blasts, but it's not a big deal. And I'm gonna leave the no entry panel up for a little bit, just so I can thin these guys out a bit before I let them come in for attacks. Ooh. Luckily only one of them did it. Looks like Ice is my best bet for nailing most of these guys. Go with Mega Ice. At some point I'm probably going to build up Flan's Staff Mastery a bit so I can get even more area of effect. This one, so I'll just use Bullet Storm. I can probably hit them with Sturmhimmel too. I'll throw on a Braveheart to make it more effective. Though this does put Helena in a somewhat dangerous position. But I like to live dangerously. And we'll do another Winged Slayer, and then have Prinny Raid do some work. Yeah, Winged Slayer is a very good skill. And like I said, it was considered to be a bit too overpowered. Like, it's just one of the many advantages swords have. Some of the best area of effect attacks in the game, as well as some of the best single target attacks in the game. Swords are just too good. We can get Guts out of the way. And yeah, that'll be all I can do for this turn. Probably gonna see a couple of KOs this turn. Oh, I forgot these guys could do this. Again, another Blade Rush knockoff. Those are, I've said this before, but Blade Rush knockoffs are very popular among monster classes. You see a ton of them in this game. These guys are all pretty meh towards fire, so just use one of these and it should do some good damage. Alright, not bad. Well, that's done. I can take off this panel. As far as I remember, explosions, when they happen, they don't give you any experience, so I'm just not going to go for it. And the amount it would give me on the bonus gauge is not worth it. Get used to seeing a lot of my teammates getting taken out in these videos now, because we're pretty far behind the level curve. Like, the way I think this was intended to be done is they probably expected you to do a bit of grinding at a scorching wind to get your team relatively reasonably leveled. And there's quite a few maps like that in the game where there's just a good source of experience that you can get, and a lot of enemies in them. Good geo effects. We'll be seeing a couple more maps that are really good for grinding. And since everyone's starting to get a bit more evened out, I don't feel bad about having Laharl get a few kills now. There we go. Oh, poor Guts. Pretty cool attack animation, though. And how do I want to go about taking this guy out? I'll hit him with Mega Fire. And who is the lowest leveled at the moment? I think it's Fu, yeah. And Violent Storm, because it has the coolest animation. Hey, believe me, when you're playing Disgaea, overkill is the baseline. And there we go. So yeah, things are getting a little bit tougher, but not too bad. Oh, I should have deployed my cleric to get that extra experience, but oh well. No biggie. But yeah, we'll heal up and save our game here, and continue in the next video. I think we made some decent progress here. Let's just look for an old save file that I will not miss. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed watching, and have a nice day. I will see you again in the next video, where perhaps we'll actually get to see Captain Gordon, Defender of Earth! Until then, see ya.